Not a problem. Where are you from?
I'm from North Carolina.
I can tell by the accent. I'm from Georgia, so
Yeah. Getting
that's
over a
awesome.
sinus infection, so if I start hacking up a storm, try to mute
All
myself.
good, brother. All good.
Can you introduce yourself for me?
Yeah, my name is Austin. My social media name is Austin Vro. I'm a content creator who makes really scary videos and definitely uneasy type of videos on TikTok and YouTube.
I can't agree with that. I've been following your videos for good, I would say about 4 months now. So
Appreciate you.
I was watching some of your YouTubes today because it came up recommended, and
Yeah,
I watched the one with your friends when you did the um
the dark web one.
and on yeah.
Oh my God, bro. Those videos. See, I got to be very careful about making dark web videos is because like the dark web can get you in some serious shit,
Yeah,
some serious. Like you got to be very careful and like very smart about what you're doing on the deep and dark web.
yeah, I'm too scared to go on there. Um, so what is the dark web?
The dark web is pretty much everything that Google doesn't index. So what that means is like for instance, if you're trying to go to Facebook, you type in www.facebook.com and Facebook will pop up.
Mhm.
But for the dark web, it's like a bunch of random letters dot onion. And you can't really Google it. You have to have the exact URL. So like you can't just type in Facebook and then all of a sudden Google says, "Do you mean facebook.com?" You have to
Yeah.
have the entire link already planned out. So it's pretty much everything that Google doesn't index. But to be really honest with you, Google is about 100 times worse than the dark web could ever be.
That's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Um, I seen on your live stream where you went on there and you were like, you were looking at fake IDs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How do you actually access the dark web?
So I use a browser called Tor, and once I use Tor browser, I pretty much just kind of browse Reddit or whatever I'm on, trying to find really cool links to share with my followers.
Um, has anybody ever found your TikTok and threatened you?
Oh yeah, thousands of times. Especially when I did the first season of Chatting with Strangers on the Dark Web, people were literally like, I posted the first episode and it did 8.5 million views in 24 hours. So every 8 million people saw the exact link, right? And literally like it went before I made the video, there was about 500 people chatting, right? The next day when I went to go film part two, it was like 32,000 people chatting. It's because my fans saw the link, so they all went on to this dark web chat room looking for me. So it got really bad, and like apparently the website shut down for like a week because I sent so much traffic over to the site that they literally just couldn't handle it.
So
So I ruined
been the scariest thing that you've ever seen?
as far as the dark web wise.
Yeah.
I'm actually very careful about what I go to, but I would say for me the scariest thing I've seen is the fact that there's chat rooms for child pedophiles. That's something to me that's never sat well. Like, and unfortunately, like, as bad as this sounds, is there's nothing that I can do from my end to stop it. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that's one of the things that scares me the most is like I'm literally having a conversation with somebody who's a child predator, and that's somebody's son or daughter who's going to be the next victim, and like I'm literally having a conversation like, and there's nothing I can do to stop it. Now there's been cases like when I've been on it before. Like, see, I used to do that before I even did TikTok or anything. I used to go on it and just mess around with people. Like, and I remember there's been multiple times where like I've actually had a child pedophile like on the chat room, and I've been able to like find out the address of where they live and like expose the shit out of them and that's something that feels good. But also at the end of the day, is like it really doesn't solve anything. You know what I mean? Like me releasing their information does nothing. Like the crime's just not gonna like they're still gonna commit the crime. So that's one thing for me that's just never really sat well.
Um, yeah, that's a little. It's a,
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's crazy how they just can conversate about it and
Literally.
act on it, and they don't feel weird
No,
about
they
it.
don't care. They don't care one at all. Like they don't care one bit.
Um. Okay. So when I asked you the first question or the question I just asked, you
Hmm.
said on the dark web. So what's been the scariest thing you've seen other than the dark web?
Oh God. Probably when I made my Ouija board video. That shit was scary. I did a Ouija board video in the cemetery of my old high school. So my high school is built on literally on top of a slave. It was an old slave farm, right? And they literally like in the middle of the high school, there's graves. Like they never took them down when they bought the property. And for me growing to high school for 4 years, it was like you just got to walk around them. That was all it was, just a little fence. You just walk around it. So apparently, what happened is a bunch of slave owners ended up killing, like, I mean, a bunch of slaves ended up killing the slave owner, and like apparently it's haunted. And I had a teacher when I was a freshman. She was at, I want to say she was a chemistry, yeah, a chemistry teacher, and she was staying after school. I think it was about 4 o'clock, and she like went into her closet to like get some of these chemicals or whatever, like cleaning up from the previous class, and like literally the door slammed shut and it locked her in there. And I 2 weeks later she quit. Like she was
I
like,
would too.
I can't be in this room anymore. Like something's going on. If you go to school in the morning, you can smell bacon and eggs when there's not bacon and eggs cooking. You can feel really eerie. Like if you're in the bathroom by yourself, you can literally feel like somebody's watching you. So like it's super scary. So what me and my friends did, it was midnight and we drove over there with my Ouija board being a dumbass, and we felt so uneasy. So uneasy. It was the dumbest thing I ever did. And we sat there and like I remember telling Tyler, I was like, look, like all jokes aside, like are you moving this for the camera? And he was like, no, like I'm not. Are you? And I was like, no. And as soon as he said that, my heart dropped. Like I thought that he was moving the planchette for the camera. And he was like, no, like he was like, are you doing that? I was like, no, I thought you were doing that. And literally like that's when realization hit that like, holy shit, we probably should not be around with this.
You would think that'd be illegal for them to
Oh,
just build
it,
around the
honestly,
graves.
and it sounds so bad, but like after that video, I literally like right now I have a Ouija board in the back of my car. I just haven't taken out yet. Like
Oh,
I drive around with a Ouija board.
I was, I've grown up in church and I'm still in church,
Yeah.
and we were told not to mess with that.
Oh,
So like
dude.
the movies that came out, that like
Mhm.
just the trailers,
Oh yeah.
I can't sit and watch a paranormal movie.
Oh, dude, I love it. I love every bit of it. I love the thrill about it. I love the chills about it. I love everything about it.
Now like
Like
true
my
crime
apartment, I
movies,
think is fine too. What happened?
I can sit through those.
Mhm.
Certain movies where you don't get like jump scared and stuff like that,
Yeah.
or like it don't show like Insidious. I can't watch those. They scare
Yeah.
the mess out of me.
Oh, they're great movies, man. Insidious is the goat.
Um, I remember you remember the movie Don't Breathe.
Don't yeah, of course.
When that was around the time that the first Ouija movie came out, wherever you
Hmm.
say it,
Yeah.
and they showed the trailer because it was classified as a thriller horror movie,
Hmm.
and they showed the trailer, and I had to be 11, 13ish in
God.
that range.
Yeah.
And when the girl's mouth opened wide, I got up and I had to walk out. And I went and watched Suicide Squad
Oh my God.
because, and that it's like that still runs through my mind. And
Yeah.
I've never been one of those people.
Oh my God, dude. I remember being like 5, 6 years old watching like the scariest horror movies. My mom used to think I was insane. So like it's one of those things like I love them. Ever since I've been a kid, that's all I've loved is horror.
Um, oh, your TikTok about how um like your house or your apartment was haunted.
Hmm.
Are you still experiencing that?
Yeah. So I used to run a series called the Night Series, and I'll pretty much film myself sleeping. Right. So for night one, the keys right here, like on this little desk, they fell off, and when I posted the video, I had some fans, like people commenting, like, "Oh, there's definitely like a string attached." So what I did is I told them everybody to download the video. All of my fans downloaded the video, and they zoomed in, and there was literally no string attached at all, which is like then it proved that I was telling the truth. Then in my for my night two, this was over like a month and a half ago. Like literally, I filmed out there because I heard footsteps, and you literally see the ceiling thing just start swinging. just like
I
this.
remember watching
And there's
those.
no way to explain that. There's no like
It's
you can
not.
tell the video. Like there's nobody pushing it. There's no string attached. It's literally like that's too fast for somebody to push it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And after that, nothing happened. And then literally like 3 days ago, I'm talking to this girl and she came over and she was in the bathroom washing her hands, and I was in the kitchen. Well, literally this door, like right to my left or to my right, literally just slammed shut. And she was like, oh, like she thought it was me. So she's like, Austin, are you okay? And then I wasn't in here. This happened like 2 or 3 days ago. And I was in the kitchen and I go, what? Like, did you call my name? And she goes, did you not just do that? And I was like, no. Like, freaked out about it. And then when I walked in the door the next day, my roommate's room, her door was wide open. And I literally saw like a figure walk past it. And my roommates are never home. So like, I saw like, a figure walk past in the room. And I literally was like, oh, Jocelyn, are you here? So I walk back in the room and there's literally nothing there. Nothing there. And I'm home alone right now too. I love this shit. I love it. If something happens right now, it'd be the highlight of my night.
Yeah, I can't imagine something happening like that to me.
Oh, dude, I love it. Like if it happened right now on camera, like if this blanket just shot up, I would be thrilled.
Yeah, I would have had to post the video. I wouldn't have done.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. So other than that story you told us about your high school, is there any other urban legends or stories in your state or town?
As far as my town, there's nothing really. In my hometown though, there's a place called Crybaby Bridge, and apparently it's like a haunted bridge where a bunch of babies were killed, but I think it's just myth. There's really nothing like as far as my hometown. There's a lot in Savannah, Georgia. There's like they literally have a whole like street dedicated to haunted houses. So I'm actually about to be traveling there soon, and I have full film privileges. So I'm going to be able to go there. I'm going to be able to bring like an EVP recorder, so I'm able to hear a ghost, a Ouija board. I mean, kind of whatever I want to bring, I'm allowed to bring.
In North Carolina, or actually in my town, there was her name was Velma Barfield. Have you ever heard of her? The Death Row Granny. Yeah, she killed people with poison, like rat poison.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she killed about 6 people. There's they say the Biltmore's haunted. They say the battleship in Wilmington's haunted.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Wait,
a lighthouse.
I think I've been to that. Is it like a huge Navy ship?
Yeah.
I went to a thing in North Carolina one time, and like I did the ghost tour, and they held like a green light, and they were like, see everything moving. That was fun. That was scary.
I was wanting to do that. I've been wanting to do that, but if I see the first ghost, I'll probably duck and leave. So I don't know.
See, when I went on that thing in North Carolina, they held a solid green light right at the end of a hallway, and they were like, "Yeah, the stuff like there's nothing in the back, so like you could see the lights moving, so it means there's something moving in the back." I was 13 years old, and I was the only one who had enough balls to walk back there. They like even the tour guide was like, "Yeah, you can literally see the ghost right now. Like there's nothing back there." And I was like, "Can I go back there?" And that tour guide was like, "If you want." And everybody started laughing. My 13-year-old walks all the way back there, and I'm just standing there like this, literally while figures are moving around. Like, dude, I live for this. I live for
it. There's a lighthouse in the Outer Banks that's haunted.
Mm-hmm.
But my parents said they went by that, but they didn't go in it because it was too late at night.
Yeah.
My sister's actually been on the tour that you're talking about with one of her friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a place called the Devil's Trampling Ground.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna cover that later on. Hopefully, I'm gonna try to do it in October. But there's just a bunch of stuff in North Carolina that's scary.
Oh yeah.
But considering that my last episode was 12 minutes long, 21 minutes is pretty good. So, do you have any questions for me?
Nothing really, man. I'm excited to see where you take this thing, bro. Like, and hitting up TikTokers is a really smart move, by the way. I'll give you that. Really smart move because nobody wants to turn down a podcast.
I'm about to look up his name real quick, but it's the ex-military man. John Allen, I think is his name.
Oh, no. I
Um,
don't know.
we're putting stuff in the works for later on in the next couple of months,
Oh
and
yeah.
he does the typical like stories, and
Uh-huh.
he's just got a bunch of stories from when he was in the military and stuff like that. So I'm
Yeah,
hoping
that's
we
gonna be
can get
awesome.
everything in line then.
Yeah.
But thank you for coming on and
Not a
recording
problem.
this.
Yeah, not a problem, man. I'm excited to help. And as soon as you post it, let me know because I'll promote it myself as well. So
Okay. Thank you.
not a problem, man. You have a good one, bro.
You too.
All right, see you, bro.
See you.